Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Capricorn December 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as December goes, the Sun will be in Sagittarius from the 1st until the 22nd. So the 12th house is what's going to be emphasized and highlighted for Capricorn. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on hidden matters, solitude, seclusion, those less fortunate than yourself. Limitations, restrictions, self-undoing, secret sorrows, an aunt or uncle, perhaps. Some cases it could be mental illness, but that's very isolated, and sometimes even hospitalization. Now, given that this is Sagittarius energy, these matters may be done with a lot of exuberance, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of expansive energy. It could be in some case too, there's a lot of ebullience, a lot of vivacious energy, and really just about being that incorrigible optimist. Now, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on a Sagittarius hidden adversary. It could be a Sagittarius sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Sagittarius characteristics, or it might even be a focus in some cases on the Sagittarius like limitations such as jocularity, or maybe not being able to express joviality or much enthusiasm or exuberance, or maybe even some religion in some cases, religious matter, anything Sagittarius related, or maybe some situation with the law that you might feel might be prohibiting you from doing what you want to do. So anyway, next thing up, well, as far as December goes, the Sun will be in Capricorn from the 22nd until the 31st. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on the self, the physical body, new beginnings, a grandmother even making first impressions, one's outlook on life, the early childhood. And given that this is Capricorn energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of seriousness, a lot of responsibility, very orthodox, conventional manner, with a lot of planning and premeditation as well. And this could be a time where you might at this time have a little bit more vitality and energy, more so than usual. Capricorn, it could be a lot more creative energy, and perhaps put into Capricorn things such as things connected with business and your career, even in general. Now, in some cases, this could be this could be an eye-related issue, maybe going through in some isolated cases, given you're talking about the first house, the physical body, and the Sun either rules the left or the right eye, depending on gender. It could be one of a serious nature. And going back again to the Sun and Sagittarius and the 12th house being emphasized and highlighted, the same could apply there, because you're talking about a house of limitations. Sagittarius could be about enlargement, so that could be even an enlarged eye issue in some isolated cases. Now, this could also shine the light, so to speak, on a Capricorn physical body related matter, especially if this is the first house in one's natal chart. It could be something with the hamstrings, the bones, the skin, the knees, anything the joints, anything Capricorn related. Next thing up, there's going to be a full moon in Gemini on December 12th, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, in some cases, this could simply be about the culmination or completion or ending of a Gemini employment-related matter. It could be something connected with communications, such as satellite or data communications, or something with journalism, reporting, writing, or something that is associated with the use of the hands, which requires dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics. Now, when you're talking about full moons in astrology, it could also be about revelations or unveilings. This could be about a revelation or unveiling of an overly mischievous, gossiping over loquacious, or even ambivalent, vacillating, mercurial aunt, uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, someone in your place of employment. It could be somebody that might be gossiping or slandering you or telling lies about you at the place of employment, or maybe even someone you know in your health life, such as somebody at a health or fitness venue. Could also be about a revelation or unveiling of a Gemini health related matter, such as something with the lungs, the shoulders, the arms, or the hands at this time. And when you're talking about full moons in astrology, it could also be about a time when one becomes simply tired, exasperated, or full of something. This could be a time where one becomes simply tired, exasperated, or full of an overly vacillating, mercurial, gossiping, indecisive, overly, it could even be two-faced. It could be an aunt, an uncle, someone prominent in one's daily routines, someone in that factor strong in one's health life. It could be a person you might provide some kind of service to. Anyway, next thing up, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn on December 26th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. When you're talking about solar eclipses in astrology, they're basically like an amplified or intensified new moon. They're like a new moon, but they could have a much more powerful impact and effect on the person. They could be more sustained, and sometimes they could have life-altering implications. When you're talking, it could be, I say that this solar eclipses, they could be serendipitous as well. They could be about something that might start out as something negative, but might actually manifest or translate ultimately into something positive. Now, in this particular case, this could be a time where, for example, it could be about a Capricorn type physical body related issue, which might lead to something maybe gaining more structure and discipline. Matters with the physical body, or inspire you to start a consistent health regime, which would be taking care of the physical body, or even a Capricorn new beginning. Like, say as an example, let's say you have something Capricorn related that requires some kind of hospitalization, such as something with the knees or the bones or the joints, and you're going to get something taken care of with that. And let's say maybe you meet somebody at this place where you're getting taken care of, doctor's office, hospital, what have you, and they tell you about some kind of Capricorn related maybe career, which could be a new beginning for you at this time, like such as something like with dentistry or accounting or some business. So I mean, a lot of times these new moon solar eclipses can be about that. They can be serendipitous. These solar eclipses could just simply be the beginning of some perhaps Capricorn new beginning at this time, again, such as something with accounting, dentistry, business, something of a political nature. It could just be some general mundane work, information technology. It could be rekindling a connection with somebody from your early childhood, which might have very life-altering implications, and it might be something that it might be sustained for a strong period of time. It could be an older person you might have known from your early childhood. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies those traits. And some cases too, I mean, since we're talking about the first house in astrology, you're talking about the new moon solar eclipse, it could just be a time where it's about a new outlook at this time, and maybe a time too where you start to emphasize Capricorn qualities even more so at this time, such as being more structured, more disciplined, being more responsible at this time as well, or maybe even donning or starting a new appearance of being, just being more, as far as your how you appear to others, being more mature, looking more responsible, doing things more business-like in your attire, and it might lead to some kind of new, something that could be a very strong or prosperous or auspicious new beginning for you at this time. So anyway, well, next thing up is Mercury will be in Scorpio as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 9th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, Or this could be a time where you might be getting involved with more communications that are very incisive, probing, provocative with friends, acquaintances, people that you may know in groups, clubs, organizations. Your mind may be wanting to go through subterfuge and superficiality in 11th house matters at this time. You might find yourself talking about Scorpio goals and aspirations, such as something with the occult, supernatural, astrology, locksmithing, embalming, starting something as a coroner, something with investigation. Hold on a moment, people. As I've spoken about previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Scorpio characteristics that might figure more prominently: your goals, your aspirations, your future, matters with stepchildren, matters in groups, clubs, organizations at this time. Anything 11th house related. It could be social networking. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Sagittarius as far as December goes, from the 9th until the 29th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself talking, speaking more of the veritable truth, so to speak, speaking with a lot of veracity regarding your limitations, your restrictions, and you might also, your mind, you might be speaking maybe more about showing philanthropy in helping those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, the hungry, and also speaking out very boldly, very bluntly regarding people that might be impersonating friends that might truly be your hidden adversaries at this time as well. And as I've stated before, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Sagittarius characteristics that might figure more prominently in your secret sorrows, your limitations, your restrictions, matters with self-undoing. It could be matters with an aunt or an uncle, even in some cases, and even dealing in some cases, since we're talking about the 12th house, it could be matters, not just restrictions, limitations. It could be just hidden matters as well, matters in solitude and seclusion. They might be figuratively driving you crazy at this time, and whether you're doing things more in these matters that are more to your detriment or more beneficial, a lot of that could be predicated independent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. An adverse aspect to your natal Saturn might be causing a little bit more sorrow, more dejection, and some loss in these matters. But if it's making, say, a sextile trine to your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious and beneficial in those matters. Next thing up, Mercury will be in Capricorn as far as December goes, from the 29th until the 31st. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself more voluble and loquacious at this time. Capricorn, you might find yourself talking more about your Capricorn qualities, your characteristics, such as being orthodox, conventional, responsible, serious-minded, single-minded, even structured, discipline, anything Capricorn related. It might also be the communication about Capricorn new beginnings, such as doing something with dentistry, accounting, business, politics, some kind of government work. It could be some general mundane work, business administration, anything Capricorn related. And just as well as I've stated previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn characteristics that might figure more prominently: your new beginnings, your outlook on life, your appearance, your outer demeanor, how you come across to others, making first impressions, such as at some new career or maybe some job interview at this time as well. Well, last but not least, Venus will be in Capricorn for as far as December goes, from the 1st until the 20th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this could be about a lot of emphasis on self-love, Capricorn. It could be a time where you begin to really love, really qualities regarding pertaining to yourself, such as being very serious, structured, disciplined, responsible, mature, being very professional, being very astute in business, anything that could be Capricorn related. But it could also be a time to keep in mind we're talking about the first house, and especially if this is actually hitting your first house in your natal chart, the physical body. Sometimes this could be about spending money on Capricorn, physical body related matters, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, the skin, or it could be, in some cases, it could be a serious throat issue that you might have to deal with at this time as well. And if you're unattached at this time, Capricorn, you may connect with a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics that might be instrumental in new beginnings, your outlook on life, making first impression. It might even be somebody you knew from your early childhood, such as a childhood sweetheart, or somebody that's just simply very mature, adult, and responsible. It could be an older person. It could also be about a time where you start valuing Capricorn qualities in yourself at this time, such as being consistent, responsible, mature, adult, professional, very single-minded, very industrious, hardworking. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Capricorn December 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.